have a look at this dialogue. So the dialogue is all about trying to focus on aspects of pronunciation. So the dialogue goes something like this. Could you, I'm sorry, what? Well, I was wondering if you could. I don't think so. Really? Really? Please. I've already said no. I'm sorry. Well, it'll only take a minute. I don't think I can, actually. Oh, go on. I think I've made it clear that what? Please? Well, go on. I'd be so grateful. I'm not happy about this. I know, but not happy at all. Well, please go on. Well, I might be able. Yes, well, maybe. Please. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Wonderful. Come on then, let's get on with it. Right. Now, earlier on, the speaker before me talked about chunks of language. This dialogue is full of chunks of language. And one of the great things about teaching in chunks is that we can also chunk our pronunciation. So instead of teaching, I am sorry, what we can teach is, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. So that is a chunk of language which can be taught grammatically and phonetically as a chunk of language, and getting students used to the fact. So what I've done here in the dialogue, not in the this is what I would give to the students. So if I just go back again, the students would see this dialogue. This is what they would see, but this is what the teacher would see. The teacher would see all the things that they need to concentrate on phonetically. So if I just focus in again. So what we should be concentrating on is getting the students to say, I'm sorry, I was wondering if, so that the students are forced then not to say, I was wondering if, but seeing that phrase, I was wondering if, as a chunk of language, and in seeing it as a chunk of language, they will be forced to reduce the vowel there in the word was and make it into this schwa sound here. So, chunk of language, I'm sorry. I was wondering if. Another one here. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Perfectly acceptable. I don't think so. But what we don't want our students to say that. What we want our students to say is, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. So what I've done is, for the teacher's version of this, all the contractions of it'll, I've highlighted so that we know that we can concentrate on that. By keeping the each time somebody speaks in a dialogue, we call it a turn. By keeping the turns short, we can encourage students to have the dialogue quite quickly. And in trying to speed up their language, what we're trying to do is to get them to concentrate on connecting and looking at chunks of language. So the whole dialogue is full of examples. Here's another one that we looked at just a little while ago. I don't think I can actually. I don't think I can actually. I don't think I can. So think I can actually sounds like think I can, think I can, think I can, think I can. Look what's happened there. So the consonant has moved on. It's joined with the vowel. This one here, the same thing. Go on, go on. This is an example here of what we call intrusion, where the W sound here, this W sound has come in here in order to make this speech sound more natural, so that we don't say go on, we say go on, go on. So there's a W that's found, that's intruded here. So if I was doing this with students, what I would get them to do is is, so let's look at the whole dialogue. So this is the dialogue, is possibly do it with the whole class, so that I would be A and the students would be B. And we'd practice it like that. So the teacher is A and all the students are B, and then change over so that this time the students are A and the teacher is B, and then later get them to do this conversation together. There isn't any particular context here. So what I'm doing is saying to the students, well, look, here's a context where somebody is asking somebody else to help them. Do the dialogue and see if you can put a context on. So you decide what the context is. What the context is. Is it two kids at school? Is it two people at work? Is it a mother and a daughter? Is it two friends? Is it somebody who needs money? You decide on the context, and then you perform this dialogue with that in your mind. So dialogues are a great idea for practicing aspects of connected speech. Let's have a look at this one here. If I just focus on this one here, this is more for children. Using chants. I mean, chants, I don't mean chance as in opportunity. I mean chance, CHANTS. Just for children. So when 1 was a racehorse, 2, 2 was 1, 2. When 1, 1, 1 race, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So again, you can make this, you can take as long as you like. This can be a 2-minute activity or a 10-minute activity. You can get the students to practice it in groups. You can practice it as a whole class first. Obviously, what you're concentrating on here is just a reduction of that was sound. So it's not 1, 1 was a racehorse. It's 1, 1 was a racehorse. 1, 1 was a racehorse. 1, 1 was a racehorse. 2, 2 was 1, 2. 2, 2. Right? By doing it as a chant, by doing it as a you're trying to get them to force the students to reduce that vowel.